channel ain't gonna build itself. Begins in 5 minutes. Let's get a thumbnail up for that algorithm. And then I need some alcohol-free drink. Thinking the music's probably too loud. Okay. What's YouTube doing here? Sweet, we got a new thumbnail. Hit like. Let's get some people in the chat. Oh, come on. Let's get a drink. This needs to be opened. Doesn't need a bottle opener. That's ancient tech. It's got AI. Just pull it. Don't need this. Is it gonna get warm in here? Feels like it might get warm. Okay. Begins in 5 minutes. Grok can hide. And what do we want to do today? Let's get that out of the way. Let's make the code a bit smaller. You think smaller? If you see a dog in the background, it's the dog in the background. Yentel, my new friend Yentel. Okay. Okay, there's an error. I think that's the antivirus. Yep. That's not a bad thing. Okay. So here's the engine. Excuse me. And we can put that just there. And just there. Bye. Okay, I'm not having a break, but we're gonna change the message name for when I do have a break. Sweet. Why is the camera shape quite strange? Oh well. Everything's working, we don't care. Let's tidy up a few things. Just slowly getting back in the swing. What would be good is to integrate the lighting with the text, so the sun lights up the text. That can go on the to-do list. That was just far too small for the terrain, for the land, so we're making it bigger. Let's bring it in there. It's sufficient. So where's everybody from? I'm currently in Tel Aviv. Trying to debug it. Should I do some physics? Oh, such a bad idea. Like, seriously a bad idea. But it's necessary at some point. So what have I got on my to-do list? The rotation bugs, I did that. Visual raycasting, I did that. Model camera views. Yeah, okay. Model camera views. Let's look at some camera views. What I mean is, so I kind of have this anyway, an FBO. If I give it a name, say view 2, enable custom view. Maybe I already have it, to be honest. Well, I'll probably need a set view. So maybe if I move the camera, let's say here, and that sort of 0, the origin, more or less, and then create FBO. So now this will stay there. I'm not sure if wireframe follows that. Yeah. Okay, so we have a view there. But what's that by the way? Is that the water? No, that's just the grid. So I'm thinking maybe some buttons. Okay, so what we will do, we're going to create a few buttons in a user interface that we can just click and it will change the view. Okay, I need a coffee. So let's do that. Okay. We're going to create an IMGUI interface with buttons that change the world camera. Should we do a drop down? So we will have, I don't know, 4 buttons that give a top down bird's eye view, the origin 0, 0, and what other views do we need? One that keeps the current camera location, but let's fix that by the way. But the Y at 0, so we just come down to sea level, and you can suggest others. This is for edit mode in the game engine. Assume we have a getter to get the view matrix, and this is what we will directly edit. So I was chatting to my friend Nina today, and we was discussing how when we was using ChatGPT and Grok a few months ago, it seemed very different to how it's seen now, like completely different. Now it's just here. It's just here. It's accepted, it's going to be in industry, it's already in industry. Okay, I need to go to my camera and see what functions I have, which was probably coded a year ago. So I can hide that now. Let's go to camera. Yeah, view matrix. Excuse me. let's see. So I have, I need to set these, and I do look at, so first I would set those individually, and then the GLM does the maths, it takes the data. Okay, so we'll set the position, and the front and the up. What did this suggest? Position, yeah, so we do. So instead of calling, so ChatGPT says we will call a function called set position, but we will just directly edit it. Edit that variable. So ChatGPT can have that. We use more or less an update function. Called set view matrix as seen here. So let's use my current setter. It's called a setter in a class. So presumably we typo will first update the M position and M front and M up, and then call this function. Let's use that approach within your suggestions. Bring, so it's just updating. And this is why you can't argue with ChatGPT. So learn to code for a year, raw, and then bring some AI into it. Excuse me. Render camera controls. I can just do this as a function in main. There's so many ways. Where should I incorporate this within my engine? Within my camera class? Kind of makes sense. Within main, there's so many options. So why would I ask this question? Because I can think of one or two ideas that seem to me to be good, but it's going to suggest a better one. So to learn, basically. Is it answered outside? So, okay. It depends on your engine structure, but here are the best places. Inside camera, not recommended. This would tightly couple IMG UI with the camera class, which isn't ideal. You typically want to keep the user interface logic separate. Yeah, okay. So I would potentially put it there, but it's good. Just keep it with other user interface. In the main loop, better but clunky. Inside an editor. So most of my user interface is within my engine file, my engine class, just called engine. So we're going to go there, engine, and it doesn't have to be, I think it's called terrain actually, yeah. The engine class didn't get very far. I need one more screen, I'm just struggling. I have another screen I can use maybe tomorrow. Render camera controls. We will call it that. I think I can just leave it in there. Can I do that? So essentially I'm just... No, I don't want to do that though, do I? Render camera controls. So we'll have the function here. And then we will put it in the engine.cpp. Void terrain. Oh, I'm tired. Here. And we just need to call it draw img UI. I guess we can just call it here. Render camera controls camera. Something was going to go wrong. Okay, well it might go wrong when because that function's only called when I have terrain, which will be now. Okay, so we should have some camera controls, there we go. So let me hide that, and hide that. And then it is camera controls, top down view. Okay, I'm gonna say that's not a top down view. Origin view, that's the origin. Let's go top down from there. Nice. Flatten Y. Isometric view. Orbit reset. Top down view. What kind of top down view is that? Origin. Flatten Y. So I think this just puts us, yeah, same location, but it just puts us at sea level wherever we are. So if we go over here, flatten Y. Yeah. And here, sweet. And the top down view is wild. Why was it done that? Okay, let's see if we can fix it ourselves. But this could be handy if we get the right views, and otherwise it's just a gimmick really. Render camera controls, top down view, it's the up. Let's go to camera. Maybe it's in the constructor. So the up. don't know if that's going to fix it, but we should really not have got this wrong if that was the issue. That was stupid. I think I might have just seen another error. Okay. The problem with putting it in the terrain is, in the engine, is that the tools only become available once I have terrain, but I might not want terrain. Top down view. Okay, so that's like that's the right axis. Is it the right axis? Pretty wild. What is this position? What I need is here. Matrices. This is it here. There's a tool. So this is up to 1. What was it before? Was it -1? Yeah. Let's take that. So linear algebra. That's the first time I've used this little debug tool in maybe, I don't know, a year. I don't even know why I made it, but I need it now. No. No robot. Okay, so I can just pass this data, I believe, straight to Grok, or ChatGPT. The bird's eye view top down is incorrect. However, when I look directly down, Here is the readout of the camera matrices. So the data is here somewhere. It's going to be the 1 and the 0, but I don't know how that corresponds. Yeah. -1 and -1 in the middle. I don't know if it changed it. I'm going to ask Grok at the same time. The top down view isn't giving me a top down. Okay, we're gonna go with Grok. Also, it won't always know the answer because it depends how I've defined up in my world. So I don't think it's like there's only one answer, but it has to know how you've rendered your world, and then it adapts to that. Camera up. I don't think this is the answer. might be the picture near your. Here's the cam constructor, and perhaps there's clues. Here's the constructor for camera to give you clues. Yeah, this will be it. Camera.update. Where was it? Here. There's a few steps for calculating the camera position and a function we need to call. There we go. So now we have a top-down view. Will it keep my... Yeah? Sweet. I like that. So for a strategy game, top-down, and we retain the position. Already I want to make a real-time strategy game now. I just felt a bit inhibited in the engine without this, without the views basically. Top-down view, it's obviously got 2 click, but we should be at the, is it the right place? Let's have a look. Might be moving the position a little. No, it centers on the corner, kind of. Yeah. Go here. Top down. Kind of at the edge. This is the origin. 0, 0. The others might need tweaking as well. Let me hide. time, top down view, and we're above. Just added some detail to the land and even more. Even more, that might be too ugly. Let's have a look. Brighter, change the sun position, top down, there we go. So this, I need to just talk myself through how, by the way, thanks for the subscribe and like, but you didn't say hi in the chat. Is that you, Mo? I need to just give some logic on. Okay, this worked. What was the logic and intuition on why recalculating calling update fix this? I guess we had to calculate the new matrix after we changed the pitch, etc. I didn't need, okay, let's have a look. The intuition here is that your camera is built around pitch and your values. I think it's like, you know, the plane that's kind of going to the side, then the yaw, and then the pitch, which I use to calculate the direction vectors, like front and up. Yeah. So which way it's facing and what is the up. So if you think of my head, this is up, right? But if I start leaning like this, then from my head, out of the window is from the top of my head, it's like pointing out. So the new up, or if you use this, this is the aeroplane, this is up, right? But now if the plane's facing up, this back here, this what was up, is now facing me. That is the top, it's pointing out. Okay, that was a simplified version. So, which I used to calculate the direction vectors like front and up. So you need to know the pitch, which I believe is which way is the plane or the camera facing, and then the yaw. So the plane is going left or east, for example, maybe west on the web camera, and it's leaning up, so now up is in a complete different orientation. So that update function, let me close that engine. So here, called, this is a function I already have in the camera, which is probably orientation maybe. Update position. Excuse me. What we call update orientation and update position, and these two functions front This is it here. The front, m dot front, is calculated from the pitch and the yaw, and then we normalize it. So it's on a scale of 0 to 1. So all we was doing was we was editing, we was just editing these, the yaw and the pitch. We wasn't even doing that much. But we had to then run the maths on it. Okay. So I will end the video here, and maybe I will stream again in another 30 minutes. But I'm just gonna leave this as a little tutorial for camera views. Good night.